Campaign 2018 is sponsored by Wisconsin Hospital Association, Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin Realtors Association, Marshfield Clinic Health System, AARP Wisconsin, and Campaign 2018 partner Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.
All right, well, great to be out. Great to be out at yet another manufacturing plant, talking to people across the state. As we mentioned, we have more people working in the state than ever before. Wage growth outpaces the rest of the country, and it's really a clear difference between more jobs and higher wages in the state versus my opponent's plan that would lead to more spending and higher taxes, and that will cost us jobs. Tony Evers wants to raise taxes on income taxes, property taxes, the gas tax by as much as $1 a gallon. That will cost us jobs. That will set us backwards. We've got a plan to keep Wisconsin working for generations to come, to keep moving forward. We've got not only more people working in the state than ever before, we've got some of the best schools in the nation. We've got lower property taxes on working families and senior citizens than before we started. And it really is a choice between moving forward. We've turned this state around. Things are much better off than they were before. We've got a plan that starts lowering premiums in January, increases choices, and we will always, always, always cover people with pre-existing conditions. As I said before, that's personal to me, as my wife is a type 1 diabetic. My brother has a heart condition, and my mother's a cancer survivor. So like a lot of families in the state, it's a personal issue, and we will always do that going forward. This is just ultimately about whether we want the state to go forward with more jobs and higher wages or go backwards with fewer jobs because of higher spending and higher taxes.
5 days till the election. Do you really think there's undecided voters out there that you're going to sway?
Yeah, I do. I mean, I think the big lie out there about pre-existing conditions is something I hear about all the time. People want to know, they want to hear it directly from me, that we will always cover people with pre-existing conditions. No matter what happens in the courts or in the Congress in Wisconsin, we will codify that. The exact same language that's in the Affordable Care Act. We'll make sure that everyone living with a pre-existing condition is covered here in the state. Again, I'll leave issues up to the federal government, up to the people running for office for the House and the Senate. My focus here is on the state of Wisconsin and making sure we're able to provide more opportunity and more freedom for people here in the state. It's why even yesterday we appreciated the one thing that did involve the federal government involving us was we got the waiver for welfare reform. We believe that freedom and prosperity don't come from the clumsy hand of the government. They come from empowering people to live their own lives and control their own destinies through cares about his 3 kids and the future of the state of Wisconsin. I'll leave that debate up to him and others another time.
Closing out the midterm race, an ad that features a Mexican who says killed Americans, who ties it to Democrats and to the migrant caravans. Do you think that tone at the close of this race is going to help you win your election? And do you approve of it?
I think the focus for us here in Wisconsin is on our message directly to the voters, which is we've come a long way together. We've turned this state around. We've got more people working than ever before. We put more money, more extra dollars in the schools than ever before. We tackled the problem with health care. We did it while still protecting people with pre-existing conditions. I think there's a lot of issues in Washington.
Why is the president not talking about those issues?
Again, that's what he can do at the federal level. From our standpoint, the things we talk about are the things we actually hear from people. I travel the state. My opponents have attacked me for traveling the state. I will always travel the state of Wisconsin. I go from one to the state to the other. And the things people want to hear about is, what are you going to do to help make sure my kid continues to stay and work here somewhere close to home in this community? What are you going to do to tackle health care, to lower premiums and still protect people with pre-existing conditions? They like our plan to do that. What are you going to do to help prepare the workforce? It's why we put more extra dollars in the school than ever before and have greatly advanced technical education in the state. What are you going to do to make sure the local governments can maintain our roads and bridges without a massive tax increase like my opponent's talking about? Those are the things we're talking about. And again, people at the federal level can talk about other things. We're talking about the things voters want to hear from. And this is a competitive state.
I covered your last race in Wisconsin. I covered your last governor's race. Why is this the toughest race for you? The speaker is leaving. He has been the head of the Republican Party. You are in the fight of your life. Brent Priebus, who comes out of the state, off the stage.
All in the same neighborhood.
Yeah. Well, is this still your Republican Party?
Well, I think the difference is whether it was Bill Clinton, George W. Bush, Barack Obama, or now Donald Trump, any time a president is in office in his first term. That first midterm is a tough time for anybody running for the House, the Senate, the governor in competitive states. What we have to do is go against history of modern history, where any president, not just this president, has always had a historical challenge. Add to that the unprecedented lies in terms of pre-existing conditions, which are part of a nationally orchestrated effort out there for anyone who raises any sort of concern about the failures of Obamacare. In this case, we're cutting through that. We're making the case no. And in this state, we will always cover people with pre-existing conditions. If you get past that, with that comfort level, the Marquette poll that was out yesterday showed overwhelmingly by a significant margin, people believe the state is heading in the right direction. That did not happen by accident. It happened because we did things to allow people like Al and the guys who work here to turn this state around, to invest in equipment, to put more people to work. We don't want to go backwards. We don't want to see that all gone. We cannot risk going back to those days, and that's our closing message.
All right, thank you. Appreciate it.
So Hallie, if you are still that they have
Campaign 2018 is sponsored by Wisconsin Hospital Association, Wisconsin Counties Association, Wisconsin Realtors Association, Marshfield Clinic Health System, AARP Wisconsin, and Campaign 2018 partner Milwaukee Journal Sentinel.